Have you ever wondered how politics and society interact and shape each other? Welcome to the fascinating world of political sociology, a field of study that seeks to answer this very question. But what exactly is political sociology? At its core, it is the study of power and the relationships between societies, states, and political conflict. Political sociology is like a telescope that lets us zoom out and see the bigger picture. It allows us to understand how political structures and processes are deeply rooted in the social fabric of our societies. Rather than seeing politics as an isolated domain, political sociology encourages us to see how politics is woven into the very fabric of our daily lives, influencing everything from our personal identities to our societal structures. Studying politics through a sociological lens is vital for several reasons. First, it provides us with a deeper understanding of how political systems function and how they are influenced by social forces. It helps us to understand not just what policies are enacted, but why they are enacted and who benefits from them. Second, political sociology provides us with the tools to critically analyze power dynamics. It helps us to see who holds power in society, how they maintain that power, and how power is contested and negotiated. Third, the sociological perspective can reveal the underlying social and economic conditions that give rise to political ideologies and movements. It can help us to understand, for instance, why certain ideas gain traction at certain times, or why some social groups are more politically active than others. And lastly, political sociology is key to understanding comparative politics. Comparative politics involves comparing political systems and processes across different countries and regions. By applying a sociological lens, we can better understand the social forces that shape these political systems and their outcomes. So, are you ready to delve deeper into the intricate dance of politics and society? Dive in with me as we explore the political sociological perspective in comparative politics. Our journey begins with the earliest scholars in political sociology. Among these trailblazers, two names stand out prominently: Max Weber and Emil Durkheim. Max Weber, a German sociologist, economist, and political theorist, was one of the most influential figures in the development of political sociology. He believed that politics and society were inextricably linked, and that understanding one required understanding the other. Weber argued that power, defined as the ability to impose one's will on others, was a fundamental aspect of social relationships. His concept of legitimate domination or authority, which he saw as a key aspect of political power, is still widely used in the study of comparative politics. Emil Durkheim, a French sociologist, was another key figure in the early development of political sociology. He believed that society was more than just a collection of individuals, but a complex system of interrelated parts. For Durkheim, politics was an integral part of this system. He argued that the political organization of a society reflected its social structure and cultural values. Durkheim's work on social solidarity and collective consciousness has had a profound influence on the study of political sociology. Both Weber and Durkheim saw politics and society as intertwined. They argued that political institutions, practices, and conflicts could not be understood in isolation from the broader social context. Their ideas challenged the conventional wisdom of their time, which tended to view politics and society as separate spheres. However, it's important to note that Weber and Durkheim's ideas were not without their critics. Some argued that their focus on society and culture downplayed the role of individual agency in politics. Others felt that their theories were too abstract and lacked empirical support. Despite these criticisms, the contributions of Weber and Durkheim to political sociology cannot be overstated. They fundamentally reshaped how we think about politics and society, and their ideas continue to inform the field to this day. These early scholars laid the groundwork for modern political sociology, but the field has evolved significantly since their time. Fast forward to the 20th and 21st centuries, where political sociology has undergone a significant transformation. Enter Theda Skocpol and Robert Putnam, two modern scholars whose work has greatly influenced the field. Let's start with Skocpol, a renowned political sociologist whose work has focused on states and social revolutions. Skocpol argues that political sociology should prioritize the role of states and their structures. She believes that these structures shape social relations and influence political outcomes. Her state-centered approach has been influential, encouraging sociologists to consider the institutional factors that can drive political change. Switching gears, we have Robert Putnam, known for his work on social capital and its impact on democratic governance. Putnam's perspective is quite different from Skocpol's. He argues that social networks and civic engagement play a critical role in the functioning of democracy. According to him, a society with a high level of civic engagement is more likely to have a robust democratic system. His theory of social capital has been widely applied in political sociology, particularly in studies examining the quality of democracy. These two scholars, though differing in their perspectives, have greatly enriched our understanding of political sociology. Skocpol's focus on state structures and Putnam's emphasis on social capital illustrate the breadth of the field. They've shown us that political sociology is not just about power and conflict, but also about institutions, networks, and civic engagement. Yet, their contributions have not been without controversy. Skocpol's state-centered approach has been criticized for overlooking the role of individuals and social movements. Similarly, Putnam's theory of social capital has faced scrutiny for its potential to overlook structural inequalities. In essence, these modern scholars have not only advanced our understanding of political sociology, but have also ignited important debates about its application in the study of comparative politics. While these modern scholars have advanced our understanding, they have also sparked debates about the use of political sociology in comparative politics. Like any academic discipline, political sociology has not been without its critics. Let's dive into some of the debates and criticisms that have been leveled against this perspective. One key criticism comes from scholars who argue that political sociology overemphasizes the role of social forces in shaping political outcomes. These critics contend that while social factors definitely play a part, they should not be viewed as the end-all be-all of political analysis. They believe that by focusing too heavily on the sociological lens, we risk overlooking the importance of individual actors and their motivations in the political arena. These critics point out that political figures often act based on personal beliefs, ambitions, and fears, which cannot be fully explained by social factors alone. Another criticism comes from those who argue that political sociology is too broad and unfocused. Critics in this camp contend that the field tries to cover too much ground, resulting in a lack of depth in any one area. They assert that a more specialized focus, such as economic or cultural analysis, could yield more insightful results. There's also criticism from the quantitative research camp. These critics argue that political sociology often relies too heavily on qualitative methods, like interviews and ethnographies, which they believe can be subjective and lack the precision of numerical data. They argue for a stronger emphasis on quantitative methods, like surveys and statistical analysis, to ensure more rigorous and verifiable results. But remember, these criticisms do not invalidate the sociological perspective in comparative politics. Rather, they challenge it to be more precise, more focused, and more comprehensive. They push scholars to question their assumptions, refine their theories, and improve their methodologies. Even those who critique political sociology often recognize its value. They acknowledge that it provides a unique lens for understanding the complex interplay of social forces in politics, and that this lens can complement other perspectives rather than replace them. These debates, while contentious, are a vital part of the academic process, challenging scholars to refine and defend their perspectives. So let's continue the conversation, shall we? So, what does all this mean for the study of comparative politics? Well, as we have journeyed together from the roots of political sociology, we have seen how it has evolved through time. The early scholars like Marx, Weber, and Durkheim laid down the foundational principles, which have been further expanded and refined by modern scholars, each adding their unique perspectives to this rich field of study. This journey has shown us that political sociology provides a distinctive lens to understand comparative politics. It helps us to see beyond the layers of governments, laws, and institutions, and delve into the underlying social structures, cultural norms, and power dynamics that shape our political systems. However, it's not all roses. We have also discussed the debates and criticisms that surround this perspective. Some argue that it overemphasizes social factors at the expense of political ones, while others question the very premise that social and political spheres can be neatly separated. Although these debates are ongoing, they are essential for the continued growth and development of the field. Despite these debates, the importance of a political sociological perspective in the study of comparative politics cannot be overstated. It offers a more comprehensive understanding, enabling us to ask deeper, more nuanced questions about why political systems are the way they are and how they can change. Remember, as budding political scientists or simply curious minds, it's not enough to merely know the what of politics. We must also strive to understand the why and the how. And that's where political sociology comes in. So don't stop here. Keep exploring, keep questioning. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about political sociology, comment below, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.